Hey folks, welcome back to Nodevember day 10. This one was zip, and you can actually see what I'm planning to do with my little blue annotation in the node graph there. It looks like a terrible drawing of dog, but my plan was to make a terrible drawing of dog. That was the idea. I wanted it to look like a kid's illustration, like something that a child might do, but to animate it and make it out of felt. I thought that would be fun and a little bit novel. And then you have this mouth that can open as it unzips, and the zip slide kind of looks like a tongue falling out. So I positioned all of these pieces. I basically made a quadrilateral curve, which I turned into a Bezier and then filleted the corners to make this nice pill shape. Turn that into a node group, and I just use that for everything. So everything has the same shape, and that's a nice thing to give everything this kind of unity. And what I would do is I would move things to where I want their pivot point to be on the center. So for example, the legs, I moved down in the y-axis so that I was, my next transform would then be able to rotate them around the proper joint. And then that is the one that I would animate. So for each of these things, I added like anywhere that I wanted control, just because it was such a simple setup, not even really a rig at all, but I just added mix nodes. So I had my 0 to 1 being the limit of the motion. And then inside this additional node group where I was controlling all of my animations together, I was just passing out those 0 to 1 values. And I could work them out all together. To my scene time through a map range node, which went from 1 to 300, that was the range of the animation, and output a 0 to 1. And then I just put that through a float curve, which then allows you to give a really custom remapping to that 0 to 1 value while passing out a new 0 to 1. Obviously those 0 to 1s are then used in those mix nodes, which do your range of motion. So I could set all of this stuff up like a wagging tail, which I ended up driving from the scene time going through sine. The wobbly legs, those were being driven by noise texture. That was the W of the noise was being controlled by the scene time. The zip opening on the mouth, that was just like a slide in the x-axis. And that's 0 to 1 on that mix. So I was just able to set that value on my float curve to go up to 1, hold at 1, and then drop back down to 0. And all of these things then work together. So you've got the zip, then the head rotation can follow on that, and then we can give secondary animation to things like the eyes so that they preempt the movement of the zip. And then doing the like the ears as well, they should follow the head, give it a little bit more motion. The zip itself is fairly straightforward. It's just a curved line with a quadrilateral as the profile, and then using a float curve to set a little indent at the top of the zip. Just to make sure I got it fairly accurate, I duplicated the zip piece that I was modeling, rotated it around and put it next to each other, and then I could just tweak my float curve until those two things fitted. And then that was fine. That was just then instance along a curved line, one of which was stuck onto the lower jaw and one that was stuck onto the top jaw. Every single part of the body, with the exception of the zip, is made of these same pill shapes. So I used them for the eyes, the center of the eyes, the pupils, the ears, and these spots as well. I just booleaned them onto the body shape. I did use just a grid onto the tail, just because I knew that was going to be booleaned. And I went around and I threw on a load of store named attributes, which was storing the albedo color that I wanted. And that way I could just assign these colors to specific things. You can do this with a node group if you want to keep it centralized, or in my case I just use the group input so that it would appear on the modifier. So I could set my colors this way. I had a pretty basic compositor setup, and I just have this in my default Blender startup style, so it's always going to be there. But I was thinking about using the background just as orange, but I ended up replacing this with paper later. What you can see me doing now is adding hair to the geometry. I really wanted this to look like felt, like it was something that a child might have cut out. I was having difficulty with the hair nodes. I didn't find them particularly intuitive at all, but probably just familiarity on my part. So what I ended up doing was just scattering a bunch of points on the surfaces and then just using a points to curves node and then using a bit of manipulation of those points to make sure that they were going in the sort of laying in the way that I wanted them to. So the length of the splines, but also the grouping, so that I wasn't having splines going between like two different ears or the legs and the body or anything like that. Like everything should feel like it's just a patch of felt which has then been laid up. I was doing some thinking about how I could increase the density of the nose and the ears and the piece on the tail. And then I sort of realized that actually, because this is all happening right at the end of the node graph, I'm going to be having some trouble where animation is happening before we're turning it into felt. And so that felt might be jumping, might be causing some trouble. And so what we really want to do is we want to move that into a node group and then apply that to the different mesh patches as we go. I think I'll do that a little bit later. What I'm doing right now is just making the paper background and a little bit of shader work. So I've just added a bit of a bump texture, changed the dog to be red and blue, added another piece of paper at the bottom for the grass. And yeah, it was when I noticed that the shapes, that the density of the ears and the nose was sort of disappearing on certain frames. I realized I was going to have to just pack this into a node group and move it way earlier in the node tree. So basically everything is turned into felt before it is animated, but very easy to do in this setup. So just layering stuff up, and it's all sort of floating in the z-axis by different levels, partly because we want to add a bit of shadow, which makes it look a bit more three-dimensional, and partly because we don't want anything to clip through each other, so it just lets us work a little bit easier. Added some noise and just playing with the compositor setup, but was much happier with it feeling a lot more natural. Added these clouds, which are just more pills joined together, and I put two clouds next to each other and then duplicated them, moved them over, and then it's easy just to move it right to left and animate that movement. Adding a little bit more background here, I just took some grids, rotated 45 degrees and scaled them onto the horizon, and it kind of looks like triangle mountains. Looks like what a kid might make. The clouds are moving, so I want them to have their own coordinates rather than just using world space for the noise texture that made up like the paper grain. So I just stored their position in the node graph and then used that. So this one was definitely a little bit different from anything else I've done, but just trying to have fun with these. Nodevember is a time for you to explore, so do play, try out new things and see where the nodes take you. Hope you learned something, hope you had fun, and I'll catch you in the next one.